That joins us now live in the studio. Oubai, what can you tell us about these detained Turkish civilians? We're hearing different numbers from different sides. I mean, what more do we know?
Well, there's a certain fog of war on the situation on the ground in Libya. It's a complicated and fluid battle space. We have to wait and see until the details come out, whether these individuals were part of a humanitarian mission, were they part of an economic mission, or were they part potentially of a military operational mission. We have to wait and see. What we do know certainly is that this is yet another escalation in a proxy conflict in this North African country that certainly has worldwide geopolitical consequences. You have Egypt on one side, the United Arab Emirates, even American weapons showing up on the battlefield. On the other side, you've got the United Nations recognized international government and Turkey providing support, essential military support to that effort of that government to stave off the offensive by self-styled General Haftar. As he attempts to capture the capital, he's faced some setbacks on the battlefield recently, much thanks to the support, weapons support and ammunition support that Turkey has provided the internationally recognized government. This is going to be a long battle ahead. Peace talks have essentially collapsed.
Yeah, I'm interested in talking a little bit more about the proxy element of this if we get time. But first, I mean, this is a big development, isn't it? Provoking Turkey like this, clearly trying to draw it into some sort of, further confrontation. Why are we seeing this now?
Well, it's certainly unprecedented for a warlord to directly threaten Turkey, another state that's part of the situation and the ongoing complicated political situation in Libya. For General Haftar to directly threaten Turkish shipping, Turkish aircraft is certainly unprecedented. We'll have to see whether or not he is bluffing, but you can certainly expect a very heavy Turkish military response against his forces if he does move forward or carry out those threats.
What kind of support is this warlord receiving? Because we have the UN-backed government in Tripoli, which almost, as you were saying, almost doesn't mean anything anymore. On the other side, you have Haftar, who is receiving support.
Well, he has an element of special forces from Egypt and from the United Arab Emirates that are on the ground. He also has close air support, aircraft support by those countries that are backing him, to include potentially anti-tank guided missiles, advanced anti-tank guided missiles that were provided by the United States to Arab Gulf allies, and those weapons have found their way into the hands of General Haftar. General Haftar himself is a former ally of General Gaddafi. He turned against him, became a CIA asset, and then returned back to Libya in 2011, and the peoples, as they revolted against Gaddafi and as the NATO air mission supported that revolt. Since then, of course, Libya has fractured into competing factions, with most of the oil being now controlled by General Haftar. That's billions of dollars of potential revenue that European markets and European states like France and Italy want a piece of.
You mentioned the weapons that from the UAE, which had come from the US, a very awkward situation for the Americans. Let's talk, though, about the issue of this prolonged conflict now creating a power vacuum. This is a key area, isn't it? And as you mentioned, oil is a big part of this.
Certainly, and that's probably the biggest impediment to the political process, because at this point, there's really no incentive for both parties to sit down at the negotiating table. General Haftar believes that he has the wind at his back with the weapon support that he is being provided by other states. He has attempted on numerous occasions, yet failed to capture Tripoli. The only incentive at this point to bring General Haftar to the negotiating table will be if his backers prod him to a political solution. He certainly seems to be very obstinate in his belief that he should be the supreme leader of Libya, perhaps very much in the mantle of Gaddafi, the man that he once fought against.
Thank you for that. Always great to get your analysis. That's our defense analyst, Oubai Shahbandar.